Serial killers often share several psychological, social, and environmental factors. Here are some of the most common characteristics found among them. 1. Troubled childhood abuse and neglect. Many serial killers experienced physical, emotional, or sexual abuse during their formative years, contributing to feelings of anger, shame, and inadequacy. Exposure to violence. Some were exposed to violence within their families or communities, normalizing aggressive behavior as a response to stress or control. Early loss or trauma. Traumatic events, like the loss of a parent, can deeply affect children and create abandonment issues or a skewed sense of attachment. 2. Psychological disorders and traits. Antisocial personality disorder. Many serial killers display traits associated with antisocial personality disorder, ASPD, including a lack of empathy, disregard for social norms, and an inclination for manipulative or deceitful behavior. Narcissism and ego inflation. They often have an inflated sense of self-worth and may view others as tools for their satisfaction. Compulsion and psychopathy. Serial killers may feel a compulsion to kill, often linked to psychopathic traits such as a lack of guilt, remorse, or empathy. 3. Early signs of behavioral disorders. The McDonald Triad. This triad includes animal cruelty, fire setting, and persistent bedwetting beyond the typical age. Many researchers suggest these behaviors could indicate underlying emotional or developmental issues and have been observed in the backgrounds of some serial killers. Animal cruelty. Many serial killers practiced cruelty toward animals in their youth, using this as an outlet for aggression or a way to exert power and control. Lack of social bonds. Social isolation is common, with some serial killers having difficulty forming healthy relationships, instead leading isolated or dual lives. 4. Need for control and power. Serial killers are often motivated by a need to dominate or exert power over others. Many find satisfaction in controlling the fate of another person, often expressing deep-seated anger, sexual frustration, or feelings of inadequacy through violence. 5. Fantasy life and escapism. Rich fantasy life. Serial killers tend to have complex fantasy lives that involve control, violence, or perverse forms of sexual fulfillment. They may develop these fantasies as a way of coping with loneliness, frustration, or feelings of inadequacy. Escalation. Over time, their fantasies often escalate in intensity, leading to increasingly dangerous behaviors that eventually manifest in real life. 6. Targeting vulnerable populations. Many serial killers choose victims who are easily accessible and less likely to be missed by society, such as individuals experiencing homelessness, sex workers, or young people. This choice is often strategic to evade detection. 7. Desire for recognition or infamy. Some killers crave media attention or infamy. This can lead to behaviors such as leaving calling cards, communicating with law enforcement, or staging scenes for dramatic effect. 8. Above-average intelligence and superficial charm. Though not universally true, many serial killers are of above-average intelligence, using their cognitive abilities to manipulate, plan, and evade capture. Superficial charm. They can appear charismatic, socially adept, and confident. This charm often disarms people, allowing the killer to gain trust. These factors, while often present, vary significantly among individuals, and not every person who exhibits some of these traits becomes a serial killer. However, these elements help provide insights into the behavioral and psychological factors that many serial killers share.